The equity, the down payment, the hard equity plus whatever soft equity might be there, plus the 1 year of payment history. And I don't even care what his I don't know if you asked, but I wouldn't even care, frankly, what his credit score was.
I asked, and the seller of the note said he didn't care at this point because it had so much equity, and I agree with him. It doesn't really
Right.
matter.
So even if it took you 3 years to foreclose, there's not a house he can burn down and make your life miserable, right?
No,
So
no,
it's
no,
pretty sweet
exactly,
right there. Um,
exactly.
all right. I would always go through a title company because what you want to get is I don't know if did he get title
Yes,
insurance when
he
he
went through. Yeah, he did. He did. He went through a lawyer who handles the title in South Carolina.
so he I'm just make so a lot of times they get the owner's policy for the new owner, but they forget the lender's policy for the owner carryback.
Yeah, no, this was a lender policy because it was for 25,000, which was
Got you.
what the note
Okay,
was worth.
perfect. Then all you're gonna go. If I were you, just go back to that same attorney and said, how much
We
will?
are. We
Okay,
are.
yeah.
Yeah.
How much are they gonna charge you to just to endorse the policy over to you?
Well, I already agreed with the seller that we'd split the cost, and it's probably going to be. He thought it would be probably about $200 max,
Yeah, that sounds about right. Um,
so $100 each.
yeah, not bad, not bad. Seller's
Yeah.
gonna okay. The seller's gonna guarantee the note. Um, that would
Although I
only
don't know if I want him to guarantee it because if he guarantees it and they go into default, I would be probably better off to just do it myself and worry about foreclosing and not giving him back the note so he can get all the equity out of the house.
Yeah, I don't think him basically guaranteeing the note to me would be he's selling with recourse, meaning if any of the payments don't make it, you
Right.
can go back to him. Doesn't mean you have to reassign the note back to him, but if
Hmm.
he sells it with recourse, then you can say, "Hey, I didn't get my April payment, so I
Okay.
need you to make me whole." So it doesn't to me, and
Okay.
unless there's something weird about South Carolina that I don't know, that's not going to
Yeah.
hurt you because you always have the option just to not even tell them. You know what I mean? But
Okay.
if you chose to say,
Yeah.
"Hey, make me whole on this thing," and so his willingness to do that's a very good sign. Also, when they're willing to
Yeah.
put, not that it would be worth it even suing him to make him perform,
Right.
just the fact that he has that orientation is a good sign. Um,
Right. Yeah.
and that okay. So now I'm gonna go look at the amortization. And what is it gonna be at month 60? Have you already figured this out?
In 5 years, it's going to be like $19,000, roughly a little over 19,000.
Huh. Well, at month 60, like,
Oh, I'm sorry, not. Oh, no, it'll be more than that. I'm sorry, but that was the original one. Don't forget, I'm buying. I'm buying for. But you're right. That's
well,
the
I'm
original one.
just
That's right.
saying
You're
if,
right. No,
like,
that's right.
5 years after he bought it, so basically 4 years from now, if he
Right. I would get paid a
refinance,
nice amount if he wanted to pay me
so
off.
then you'll get, so I'm going to plug this number here into the future
Future
value
value.
just to see what your yield would jump to if he did refinance
Yeah.
you off or get a lump payment and decide he doesn't want to pay
Yeah.
14% interest.
It'd be a nice value.
Yeah, so then we got 48 here, right? 48 years till 5 years notes seasoning. You only paid
Correct.
20,000. So now let's see what your yield. Hey, nice. Right? So
Yeah. 41. Now that 48 in the end, that wouldn't be like 300 because 360 minus 5 years would be 300. You would put 48 in there rather than 300.
so based on this question here, like Bar will probably get a refi. I was assuming 5 years into the note, which is only 4 years from now.
Okay.
So basically, what that would
Okay.
mean is you put in 20, and 4 years from now, so you will get 48 of these. You get payment n times,
Oh, I got you.
plus at the end of 48 months, you get this lump payment, your balloon payment.
Okay.
So
Okay.
that's how we figured there. So you, at the very worst, you get 17 and a quarter, and it's really
Right.
likely you could get 21 and above on this if he decides to pay you
Right.
off early. So I think
Right.
this is excellent. So
Okay, and I'll see too because if we're going through an attorney, he might maybe answer any other questions we might have as well. Type of
yeah.
thing,
So
if
but
it's,
you're already
he's
going through
obviously.
him to close it anyhow, aren't you?
That's correct. That is
So
correct.
I would just use him for that. That's an obvious,
Okay.
an obvious thing to do. I'd want to make sure that you got a due on sale clause in there, that you have there's a late payment provision,
There is on the note. There is.
basic things like that. So I mean, this is to me really great return on uber low risk. I love these little kind of notes. I love them, love them, love them.
Right.
I mean,
Right. Right. And when you talk about as far as if the note is drafted legally, Don, isn't that a question that could be looked at legally no matter what and who does the drafting of that note anyway?
yeah, you could. Yeah, exactly. And I'm just saying that if the payer stops paying and decides that there was some
Yeah.
error, it doesn't matter if you're right or wrong. Your payments stop coming in, and it's going to cost you legal fees. You know what I
Correct.
mean? So basically, you want to minimize your exposure to things that are wonky. So, in California, I don't know if at 13.7, unless it was arranged by a broker, would be above usury, right? So,
Exactly.
yeah, well,
Exactly. Yeah.
let me know how it goes.
Okay.
Let us know, and thanks for letting me record that. Anything else before we kind of wrap up?
No, no, that's it, Don. I appreciate your call. As usual, you're right on time. I like your use of time. I appreciate that, and very organized. And I'm getting a lot out of the community. And anyone out there listening, I would recommend joining as soon as possible. You'll learn a lot. So
All right,
thank you very
thanks so
much.
much, Ken. Have a good one.
You too.
Okay,
Thank you, Don.
bye-bye.
Bye bye.